case. Big update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcase.
Okay, to deal with this. There you go, the 1, 2, 3, and he's managed to save the day. A spell's death and destruction for the T's. Well, if that didn't, Valde absolutely will. A beautiful trio of kills found by him. They can't deal with this defense whatsoever this round. Ayaya with another opportunity for a frag, but Valde stays alive. He's dodging all the bullets back in, and that'll be the quad kill for him. Now as the up push comes, and the up top, flaming down low, and oh my god!
CT's out, so they're not able to pick more weapons up. Oh my god, that's ridiculous from Simple!
Vision from the second player who's behind. Now that works in his favor because he's vanished. X7 knows where he's gone, but not where he is. And he's going to come back in. USP still in a chance to win it. Freeman trying to find the opening, has to fade away. And toward the arch.
Ability being dispersed down now. He has a lot of work.
Sergey does all of it. Looks for the fourth, and he's got that as well. The ace aerial gives him the assist even. Lets him drop out of range. Now they hold front library, but Grak goes out aggressively toward top middle. They can have library all they want if he's got the off and a Deagle. Yeah. Very different score. Guardian gets close as well with the AWP. That works for him. Standing in flames, trying to find a shot to upper, but they're not giving it to him. Now they will. Down to 36, but he's still making it work. Once again, pistols and a single off from Guardian this time. Stealing rounds at B as Renegades try to get the ball planted. They don't have the comfort to do so, and I think they've lost track of where Guardian is. Shots from both. Panic reaction. How does Guardian hit that? He's pretty much got to cut to Z or find a kill. Guardian knows exactly where he's going. What an ace.
Good morning, gamers. Welcome to the B stream for StarSeries here on day 4. Good morning, good afternoon. I guess time is just a concept after all, so it doesn't really matter what time it is. All that I know, Launders, is it's time for some more Counter-Strike.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am stoked.
Good.
I'm absolutely stoked. We've got some 1-2 matches here to begin the day, you and I. And here's the schedule. We'll run through it quick. To be open up shop, we've got North versus MIBR and Tyloo versus Big. Those are the 1-2 games. And then later, Harry and Hugo will be taking you guys through Ents versus FaZe Clan. Ooh. Somebody of that matchup, of course, qualifying for the playoffs. Looking to join either, brain fart, Fnatic or Renegades.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 guys through.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Yeah, Renegades went 3-0.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, again, it's I saw this of like the last 3 tournaments they've attended with the Swiss format. The only matchup they've actually lost was the best of 3 versus Astralis at the major. Outside of that, I think they're like 9-1 now.
Goddamn noobs.
Friggin' A. One of them, of course, JKS here on screen, is one of the tournament best players' average KD rate.
Everyone holding up major form. except for MIBR.
Yeah, and not just, of course, through Blast Sao Paulo last weekend, but now here as well. Fallen, still making a feature here in some of the higher-rated players, and AZ is actually at the top. Funny enough, 2 of these players will be facing off in our first best of 3.
Fallen played really bad yesterday. The match that we casted,
Yeah.
pretty bad performances. So North and MIBR, they've got some history here. It's been mostly MIBR just stealing games away. They have split Infernos, as we can see, which is somewhat interesting. One was back in November. I guess they won the later match, which is probably pretty good. But I think I can't remember the last time that I've seen North play. I guess it was the minors, actually. Valda has had the best performance of any of the players on either of these teams in the last 3 months. But at this tournament has really struggled.
Yeah, it hasn't been too great.
AZ, as you mentioned, had a good game yesterday.
Yeah, he was exceptionally playing exceptionally. Reverse those words. But it's the components that are just not seeming to gel together, right? I think there's actually some weight on this matchup, and not in a good way, in the sense that, like, I think the loser of this game
makes a roster change.
Yeah, I think that's what's on the horizon here. Somebody's getting cut because it's not. Maybe not for MIBR, seeing as like the whole point was to return back to the legacy lineup. But for North, it just seems like this project has not been working.
Hey, man. I mean, there's other Brazilian players.
Yeah, there is.
There's Furia.
Ooh, stacked at the brim.
Don't touch Furia, though.
No.
Leave Furia.
That's such a classic, right? You get this team that pops up. You start to become their fans. You start rooting for them, and then it just gets all pulled apart in pieces. Didn't happen to NRG, if you want to take another North American example. Although they did have Tarek performing well yesterday in order to get themselves to the 2-1 stage.
It's so weird. When Fur tweeted as an April Fool's joke that it was like his last tournament.
Yeah.
It was so weird because you read that and you're like, wow, that is really strange to read because there's no way that would ever happen.
Right.
Right? It feels like that can't happen. Like Fur leaving MIBR, like what? That's not really a thing, which is kind of cool. Their core has stayed together. It's been this flex 5th.
But here we go.
Recently, they've subbed out Tarek
and
never
mind.
Stewie.
It's knife round. I got all excited.
Hey, it could be an important knife round. You never know. It's kind of interesting. A lot of the games that we watched so far have been like, wow, this team is good on one side, but it's usually the second half after they had an abysmal first half. And then we're like, whoa, what if this game started off that way?
Right.
It's been kind of lopsided with MIBR's matches, Fnatic's matches. Yet to see North. We'll see if they can do well. It's going to be Overpass, which is obviously a strong map for MIBR. I totally missed the veto. Was it Dust 2 after Overpass?
Yes,
okay.
I believe so. I'll double check because I don't want to spread lies.
Who would go on the internet and lie?
Hey, Kirby, get that hand up. It's a little too low. We've got regulations to follow here.
I don't see a problem.
It's Overpass Inferno train. Excuse me, not Dust 2. Overpass, Inferno,
yeah,
and
so they recently split Inferno, both lopsided score lines in favor of MIBR and then in favor of North. One of those games was a very long time ago. They really haven't played that much
no, they really
together.
Haven't. The head-to-heads.
North didn't make it out of the minor. MIBR weren't in the minor. And North don't attend Blast. MIBR been all Blast. I don't think we saw them in Epicenter. So, yeah, there's just not been a lot of lands where they actually get to face off. Absolutely in a high-stakes match. I mean, a great opportunity for North to prove themselves. If they win this match, they look so much better. They're beating MIBR, who are kind of on a downtrend right now. It's a small downtrend, though, so it's still going to be looked at as a high-stature win. And then for MIBR, they just got to save face by beating North. So it feels like it's kind of a race to the bottom, but the stakes are so high, it's important regardless.
I mean, you're talking about a top 8 team at the most recent major, right, in MIBR. And if you look at the other teams who are in attendance at this tournament who have made that same run to the top 8, well, Renegades already through 3-0. Ents 2-1 because they did lose to Vitality. And then Navi, well, Navi's floating around as well, I believe, in the 2-1 group.
Well, Navi like to mess around in groups.
Yeah, of course. It's like it's no shock to me that Navi are, just they take their time. They take their time. But the time has come, folks. The pistol round begins here on Overpass, of course, being MIBR's map choice. They lose the knife round and start off on the T side. They're going to go to that B bomb site quite quickly, so it'd seem. And North, well, the opposite of a stack, in fact. They try to find pressure at the A site, and having seen nothing towards Fountain.
Wow, they are ready to retake. It's just going to be Gade to sit in CT, try to take contact, but this could very easily be a bomb plant. North have scouted a lot, though. MIBR kind of taking their time on this B hit.
Yeah, bomb stays back to throw out some supporting utility. Also good that it wasn't committed just in case they ran to the stack, but that's not the case. coldzera for AZ Valda. That's the 4 first frags. 3v3 as bomb is planted, and it's MIBR to establish the man advantage right thereafter. So the 2 CTs with AZ in heaven and Kierby on the flank are going to have to get this timed well, but Phelps, he cuts off one avenue, and Taco shaves down AZ. There you go. MIBR hit the B site, find the plant for relatively free, trading out, and then closing out pretty swiftly after.
It was a decent setup for North, especially considering MIBR took their time to go B, but they didn't have a fast flank out, so Kirby was in an awkward spot when his teammates started dying so quickly. And if they didn't die so quickly, he could have taken his time, walked that flank. They probably wouldn't have been aware of anybody coming late monster or short B, and then maybe he could have got a kill there. But instead, MIBR go ahead, pick that up. Pretty standard after plant. And now they get an anti-eco. North have not decided to force. They've just got these USPs for the most part. Valda is taking the liberty of buying into a P250. And Cadian with a decoy.
Did you just call Cadian a decoy?
With a decoy.
Oh, sorry.
Very important with a. Or with.
The old long stack. Cheeky setup, hoping that MIBR come forward, which they will. But the question is, what do you get for it? That element of surprise has been lost. AZ gets one from downtown. It's a long-range USP headshot. But for the 4 CTs that stacked, only 1 casualty versus MIBR. Good flashbang just to clear out AZ, leaving just Cadian. No longer holding a decoy. But he is holding the A-bomb site. Bomb comes down from long. There's 2 players for MIBR here, so could find some disjointedness, but he misses his chance to drop coldzera. And if you shoot at coldzera, you better kill him quick.
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
2-0, converting that pistol with just 1 casualty. So very cost-effective, but North right into the buy.
Yeah, they go to long because it's quite attractive. They know that the CTs like to maybe stack long, but they still have a pretty good advantage. They go for bathrooms control. There's about 4 Ts there, and it's an easy round. It's a good place to go. It's the end of the map, so there's no need to look to your left and your right. You don't really walk into any crossfires at long, and it's not surprising they took the fight there. Now it's going to be a round where North don't have a lot. They saved fully that last round, but they bought up AUG specifically here, so they're sacrificing a lot of utility. They've got 3 smokes at the very least.
Woohoo. Playing hopscotch over the shots of Valda. Still having North with some forward presence on long A. No bathrooms control at all, but MIBR don't challenge from Fountain. They do have bomb positioned in connector, but with the majority of their members rotating back from T-spawn towards B, bomb's going to be included. Now, we have seen MIBR's Overpass UNI launders here at StarSeries, and there was a lot of late-round executions that sometimes boiled down to the nitty-gritty. But they are hitting this site with 50 seconds on the clock currently. Not a full commitment. They are just going to wait. Obviously, with the smoke being shown at barrels, they know there's some presence here. And they're maybe hoping that North ease off the defense in anticipation of a reroute towards A, but that's not the case. MIBR is still here on B. Now that they've come out from Monster, they've lost a member. Taco, the first casualty, as Gade and AZ go for the head stack on the back of Graffiti. And then they move forward. Gade getting himself on water ramp, finds Fallen, but doesn't get the kill. AZ will, and Kierby the same. That's dropped bomb down onto the site, leaving MIBR in a 2 versus 3 now. They'll plant. With 5 health the difference, Fallen gets it down, has coldzera to support him from short, but there's a flank, a crucial flank coming in from Cadian. This should easily kill Fallen, which it will. And now the big question is, can coldzera clutch this? Because Fallen got one just before he died, just turning this into the 1v2 as opposed to the 1v3, which makes a world of difference. coldzera finding himself that first engagement, no trade from Cadian until he gets the repeak. And with no kit, he'll still have time to defuse. It is North on the board.
That was pretty close. He did have a smoke at the very least, so he could have thrown that down and maybe made the later round play, but Cadian coming out with the defuse. We'll go ahead, swap out for an AK on that round, and coldzera comes close to the 1v2, but it's not quite enough. North do a good job holding on, considering they didn't have much to work with out of spawn. And no kit, as you mentioned. So now MIBR are going to buy up again. They've got Fallen on op this time. Coldzera can only afford a UMP. So the good damage dealt means that most players on North are quite low. It's pretty much, yeah, it's everybody without very much to spare after buying. 3 CT set up towards mid. Fallen going to try to look over top of the fire, but it's got too much coverage. Fur makes his way out. The CTs have swarmed A, stacked up outside bathrooms, and they have stairs control.
Cadian expects a party peak, but it's actually 4 players from MIBR walking past downstairs.
Oh, he cleared it, but he cleared it like half to the right. I don't know. Are they gonna walk right by Cadian?
Surely someone checks this. Yeah, easy pickings.
There's still the stairs flank that's coming out right now.
Yeah, AZ comes up, he emerges, and Fallen returns the favor with a trade frag. Kierby, though, Kierby's still this next level flank. They may not anticipate a third member of North to be here, and sure enough, Fallen's going to plant completely exposed. Bombs dropped, and while it's 3v3, they have to deal with Kierby. Oh, another back turned. So many shots, not duels. Everybody dying to what seems like ghosts. But Taco knows. Phelps, patient, finds the head of Valda. Falls onto gate alone, 1v2. Still, bomb's not planted, and there's 30 seconds left. His position entirely unknown. But Taco just spotted him. Surely, yeah. He fires off the shot. Phelps shoulder peeks. He knows they're both here, but he'll win neither duel. Crisp headshot from Taco seals it, and that's 3-1 for MIBR.
It was a game of flanks that round. That was MIBR catching Cadian off guard, but then not aware of the thought that there could be someone at long. I think when they first got the initial kill and the player on site, they thought, okay, it's probably a 2A setup, and that was a misread, but it comes with not having long control. Typically, you don't want to take A unless you have long control in the first place. You always run that risk. Now, the way that you can avoid needing it is to plant back of dice box and have bank control or CT control if you push through, or just making sure you have your flank covered just in case a play like that happens. Now, it's maybe good on North. They just overstack the correct site in that moment, but it's not crazy you'd expect somebody to be at long as a rifler.
Right, and the thing is while Fallen's bomb planting, he had a teammate to his left who was peering back down long. But the thing is, if somebody was on long and he saw them, there's a gun duel there. If he's watching bathrooms, anticipating somebody on long and who could have flanked, then maybe he saves Fallen to begin with.
Sure. Also, as you're mentioning, he's peeking long, but a long player can't kill Fallen.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so.
You know, so like for at least that 3-second period, could have just sat back and cleared the flank, but...
So another pistol eco and cold. Where he loves to be, but he only gets one. 3 dinks, I think I heard.
Oh my god, there's 5 for you. Whoa, whoa! Pistols paying off down on this B site. Settle down. North have gotten their paws on an AUG. And a tantalizing 3 versus 3 situation. 40 seconds left. MIBR very scared of that B bomb site. I would be too. Felt like a bee's hive once they got close.
I don't like rotating back here. I mean, it's a gamble whether or not North go there, but the only difference is now they get to A site with like 10 seconds, where they could have really just taken their time coming out of monster. Even if they're walking into 3 people, I feel like there's a good chance. So a huge gamble right now. Yeah. We're down to 20, still a little bit of time. Rotates are starting to come out, and it looks like Cadian's the only one on the site.
Yeah, if there was somebody in one of these closer corners, then they really could have contested this bomb plant. But even like you said, with that 10 seconds, they've gotten the safety of the site. The rotators were near, but Cadian activates alone. That one AUG that is in the hands of Gade was able to trade. He sits on a 2K, but still Fallen and Taco will survive and fall back into the bathrooms. Unfortunately for Kierby, he has not gotten his hands on a weapon. And they're going to have 0 utility to try and force MIBR out of their after plant positions. Easy op shot from Fallen. Kierby picks up that AUG, and he's just going to run away with it.
Yeah, no armor to work with, no kits, no nades. and there's an op waiting in bathrooms. It'd be kind of stupid to try to peek that. So he'll take the guns. Pretty good find. Lots of kills that round. Came close.
With how obvious it was that, you know, once Gade dies that there was no retake going, that's why I'm kind of surprised that Cadian, who was dedicated to the A site, wasn't actually, you know, outside of bathrooms or maybe on the long corner, but he was tucked behind in bank, you know, where the rotators of the B bomb site were basically at as well, just next to dumpsters. So MIBR, like you said, they boiled that down to the last 10 seconds, and if they run into any problems, there's a very real possibility they lose the round. But North didn't give them any problems.
Yeah, they didn't gamble. They played in CT, as you're mentioning. They just kind of waited, see if they could go for a retake. Maybe try to play a little bit more risky, as you're pointing out, just because you're at a disadvantage. Same thought that even though you have guns, it's still an eco.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting to take attention away from the 4-man stack. They go and put some attention over at A, but there's nobody in heaven this round. It's been North who play. Oh wow, I don't think he could be spotted.
It's a 3v4 stack.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts. I don't think they can be spotted. They can't move from that spot, and Fallen can't get a better angle. But what a duel that would be, huh?
Surely he can get just a little bit more. Go. Just a little bit.
Well, he's forced to slide as far as he can because he's on 3 heads, so he can actually move. And yeah, this angle, I mean.
Oh, but they're gonna move.
Yeah, I mean,
Damn
there's
it.
a minute up. There's a minute up. I don't know. Someone might go back to heaven, I suppose, but it looks like, yeah.
You know, that 4-man head boost has gotten many picks.
So many picks.
In like the last year or so that we've really seen it emerge. Never have I seen it kill a 3-man boost. So I wanted to make history with you, Launders.
Already have. No kits again. 3 smokes to work with. Very similar round to the one that North did win on the retake in B. And it looks like MIBR will be going B again. Taco, he saw ahead, right?
Yeah, surely. That's one of the reasons the Molotov probably comes over, but
This is good. He can jump over this.
maybe wary of them close. Nice flashbang.
Wow, what?
Excellent flashbang. Fallen with 2 assists with it. And then this flurry of grenades comes flying forward. Heaven completely nullified and North nowhere near on a rotation.
That's the other value of a smoke being down, is that you can't see a flash coming your way.
Right.
If it pops in the smoke, then it could be like the worst flash ever. But with the smoke there, they couldn't see it, and it blinds everybody who's on the other side of it. Really nice, nicely done from both Taco and Fallen. MIBR win this round off the back of that, basically. A similar round they lost previously to North. The only round that North had won. This is a very similar situation. So they'll take the 3 Alex, they'll end up having another bye. MIBR are going to be aware of this, but they'll happily take the fact that they won that round, got 2 kills, bombed down, and kept 5 alive. And use that momentum and try again. It's been a heavy A presence for North for most of the time. I wonder if they'll try to do a short stack or if they'll be more aggressive towards stairs and short.
Yeah, because even when we have that aggression on the A site, it hasn't been inside of connector, hasn't really been for the fountain peaks. It was more long A, which to me isn't the most common A setup. You know, normally you'll see teams adapt into that, but it's a part of North for the moment.
That was really sick.
And you could see him, right? He knew that player was on the barrels. He had tried to toy with him a bit.
What's weird is the flash assists don't feel that like.
He can do it.
Train.
He can do it.
Oh my God! And he still gets. Wait a second.
I can just.
That was a 2-man boost, right?
Yeah, wasn't 3. Damn. But still successful.
I guess Katie was so far away that that noise did not matter at all.
Plus with the train pass as well, I'm sure. And you're probably thinking, you know, am I being shot at? Odds are not. Bullet doesn't whiz by.
Yeah, but a good even out situation here for Gade. He gets the 2 kills. He had short control. They tried to do the aggressive short play, stop the aggression early. MIBR have been abusing Monster over and over again. Valda goes to an awkward spot, has the worst gun, but still is the victor of the duel. Now they're just 2 remaining for MIBR, and they're back to Monster.
Yeah, they will find an isolated player within the B-bomb site. That's going to be AZ. Shouldn't overface here. His teammates do have short control still thoroughly in their back pocket. Molotov should be used for short just to ensure nobody pushes. And then bomb will be planted safely. AZ does execute Fur before Fallen can emerge from the smoke, but once he does, there's a chance. The USP gets the job done. North 3 survivors as they win their second round.
Not too shabby. It was kind of quiet how it happened. We were focused on that boost, but Gay getting the 2 kills in versus Monster was enormous because it would have been 5v4. One of the B site players, which is the site they were going to attack, would have been killed, and then they could have gone ahead and pulled off the same strat that they've been using time and time again. But instead, Gade goes bananas, and here it is. We missed the first shot, but yeah, it was like right through the train. I think it was on point. If it was
bullet blocked by the train, I can hear the Dawn squirming in his skin.
Yeah. Yeah, I really want to know what it sounded like from Cadian's perspective, if he even heard the op shot from how far away it was. And also curious how loud it is. I wonder if you even hear where the bullet lands?
Probably not. That's what I'm thinking is like the biggest, normally like if you get shot at and the bullet doesn't hit, like the biggest indicator is the fact that, you know, you hear the impact nearby, you hear it whiz past, but none of that would have applied. That's actually a good question. Me too. I would like to know I would just like to hear Cadian's audio in that moment. You know, to see how much of a warning he truly had.
Because he was big chillin'.
Sitting pretty. Just like North are still. Solid T-side start for them.
North?
Excuse me, MIBR.
Oh, okay. North?
You know, the other team.
Key Soldier Boy memes. North? They have 2 rounds. Both were rifle rounds at least. But MIBR going steady.
Another one.
Yeah, why not? It actually works so many times. It's kind of weird. Where are the CTs? They're both like monster side.
Oh! Got him.
Oh, that was the behind monster.
Yeah, he's using like the ramp at the depth of monster. That's a really good counter to the boost.
I like that. More of that.
Taco trying to give chase to the murderer of his beloved leader, Fallen. Gonna have to lead from the sidelines, like any good soccer dad.
Because he wears dad jeans?
No. But he does.
He does.
Yeah. I learned that Fallen is colorblind. Just not long ago I learned that.
Yeah, what do you think, he's stupid?
I didn't know. No, I didn't say that. You're putting words in my mouth, Mohan. I don't like it.
Cadian's going up the ladder. He has an op. He's taking kind of a risk here, but it's off of a read, and they can't kill Gade. They're kind of timidly moving into the site. Valda comes out for the trade for at least snags 1, but Cadian's here to try to finish the round off. Should be pretty easy shots for him. Okay. Depends who you ask, I suppose.
There we go. He'll get one more. Coldzera close. Trades it back. Is this man going to clutch the 1v3? He's got 15 seconds if he wants to do it. Bomb's just in front of him. Could sprint for the site. Oh, but he exposes himself to Kierby, and therefore down he goes.
They didn't do anything special that round. Wait, was that the round where they got caught off on the boost?
Yeah.
So they just went back to Monster once again? Just kind of outside Monster.
Yeah.
It was like the mall after school. Just went to chill.
Hanging out.
But they're not like working the map really, right? They're not really doing anything.
I mean, North's strategy in that round was to simply counter MIBR's boost.
Yeah, and that's smart. You know, they're playing reactive, and that's totally fine. It's really on MIBR to make it
change it up.
Yeah, to change it up, exactly. So MIBR have fur on an AK. Everybody else just has pistols.
I can get behind this. It'll be fun to see MIBR in a disadvantaged round, you know, see what they've got for us.
Yeah, I mean, they're already disadvantaged, right? Fallen's colorblind, as you said.
Might as well retire. No, please don't. Phelps wary of a potential flank, similar to what Cadian got off in the last round, but not the case. North going to be content to sit back on the B-bomb site, moving only AZ forward. Gade's making sure he positions himself so that he can't be spotted from the 4-man T-spawn boost.
Just zoom, dude.
There you go. Boop. Ask and you shall receive. AK hits the dirt, picked back up by Fallen. Still 0 response from MIBR until now. Fallen gets a single kill, but it's the favor of North, seeing as they have 4. Phelps, the man who's been watching flank, will show up late to the party. And not like fashionably late where you have the advantage of still being clear-minded. Like, you know, everyone's gone home. What are you doing on my front door?
Right. Yeah, the cops have already come, kicked everyone out. And then someone shows up to just like steal some of the remaining beers. Their labels peeled, half empty. tipped over on the kitchen counter.
Hey guys, I brought chips.
People sleeping on the floor.
Down he's dropped. Inevitably, gonna walk into his death there. They had the bomb. They had it all under control.
Not too much to read into that round. MIBR
Nope.
go for a... They only have the one AK, so they decided to work out Monster again. For some reason, they just like love abusing it, and they've been really good at it a couple of times. It's just disappointing that they aren't like doing anything else new to like mask it. All they're doing is like waiting, and then just doing the exact same thing out Monster. It's like, what are North supposed to think? It's the exact same round with the exact same ending every single time. So this time, they've got full guns. They go for stairs control. They're spread out more in a default here. They've actually worked bathrooms once into an execute. So it's not to say they're being totally one-dimensional. This is a significant advantage here for Cadian. A Galil versus an AUG.
Bet all AUG. Not to mention AZ's here to play counter flash, and Cadian's curious. Oh my god, the timing. He'll eventually catch up to Fallen, who does still best him, so I've lost all my chips.
Lost a lot of chips on that one.
Yeah. AZ now has to keep his head on a swivel. We'll have Kier be back in bathrooms to watch out on the push, but there's no eyes towards the top of connector currently. But AZ's coming downwards. This is MIBR just waiting for them. Waiting for them to make a move and looking to punish him for it. 45 seconds left up. And AZ's going to get contact towards Long. Only finding one kill as Phelps immediately trades. That's a good pinch between bathrooms and Long coming out of MIBR.
Now they have long control, and they're moving into like the better version of that A exec they had before. Kirby's been spotted as well, which is big. So they know that this is the last remaining player, and they go ahead and group up for A. That's like this way. That's fine. I think they know now that like this is the third player, and it'll come down to how they can kill him. I don't know if he's got any support in the situation. We'll have to dodge flashes by himself, but MIBR have turned tail and run. They're going down the stairs into B.
Yeah, they're just going to sprint for it. We do still have a defender here from North. It's Gade back, and Valda up above, able to get one immediate headshot and then rotate into Graffiti as Kierby finds that perfect time flank. Coldzera's going to find himself alone, and although he still doesn't die after time, never even gets his plant.
Not too shabby from North. Super solid
Really good
rounds.
clamp down onto that.
For sure. Yeah, they're taking their time. They're not being overly aggressive. They're playing reactive, and MIBR are playing overly simple. I think they're expecting North to push them in some of these situations. It's not coming. They could have gone A. They could have gone B. I don't think either site was that bad for MIBR, considering how many players were left on both teams. But yeah, they just simply don't win. They try to get in the site. The trades aren't there. They can't get the bomb down. And again, North, I feel like are doing a good job of playing the AUG advantages at the very least. They're not quite AUGs, but they're close to AUGs. Or sorry, they're not quite ops, but they're close.
I was trying to figure that out.
The AUGs are not quite AUGs, but they are close to AUGs.
Whoa, takes a dink to the face, but Cadian still comes out with a kill. Almost gets popped by Fallen Scout. You remember a good Fallen Scout.
Mm-hmm. Everybody remembers a Fallen flick. I think he takes this shot. He's just waiting. Oh,
He's ready for it, but it's going to miss its mark.
Dangerous game to play, but since he has the scout, why not do it? Another eco here.
Thing is, with spotting the player back in bank, they may not anticipate so much close presence on bathrooms. There's 3 defenders on the A site. And MIBR, because of Taco's entry out Monster, will try to come and join him. Now, a bomb plant in this round would be fantastic. Nosegate's in the water. Coldzera's trying to find his head. But yet, North is not overextended. Even Valda's keeping himself just in the very slight edge of cover. Taco no longer alone, but has Phelps just directly by his side. Both players incredibly tagged up. And it's another late round hit. MIBR down into the last 15 seconds. Taco can't hit his mark, and it's just a slaughter. A slaughter versus MIBR. 0 kills for them, and every frag coming by way of assist for North in the end.
MIBR started out 5-1, but those rounds seem so long ago. North have made a substantial comeback. Look solid now on the CT side. MIBR looking a little bit flat. I don't know. It feels like they're really phoning it in this tournament. for some reason. And it's not like they would be, because there's so much money on the line. There's like, this is a very serious tournament. It's not easy to get through. There's good teams, solid teams. Like, this is...
And I'm sure just the temptation of knowing that neither Astralis nor Liquid are here. Like that's a pretty open finals.
That's true. That's true. Those are the two teams that would push them out of the finals most of the time. Very good point. And okay, there's a couple of early kills here for North. Again, a good aggressive option. It's like a measured option. It's not overly aggressive. It's not too risky. And MIBR just fall into their lap once again, just setting up outside B for whatever reason. It's kind of strange. Like they have so many like thorough and detailed defaults on all of these maps, but it doesn't feel like they're using them. It feels like Blast maybe really shook their confidence or something like that. They just look so timid.
There's two players that I think you can really learn good wall spams from on B site Overpass. It's going to be Zipex and Valda. They have all of the lineups, whether that be here at the mouth of short, down through Squeaky Dort. For those of you at home, watch a VOD, learn a little. Or keep blaming your teammates. It's really up to you.
Or both. So late round adjustment here. 30 seconds left. They're far from A. There's luckily no threats in bathroom, so they can try to move up, but there's 3 people at A waiting.
Yeah.
They're very committed, as you can tell, as denoted by Kirby, who's in like this left side of long.
Let's go Bermuda Triangle here on the A site. Crossfire is ready to rock and roll, but it is Fallen's trade that does enable the bomb plant. Phelps gets it down, only then to die straight after. So, a little something, but not all too much.
Yeah, they get the bomb down. That's just about it. 2 rounds the lead for North, and they do not have to work that hard. If this feels like North are not doing much, it's because there's not much to do. Like, they don't need to be running through mid if these rounds are just falling in their lap.
Yeah.
They're sitting back. They're getting the opening kills. Like, if you want to say this is like kind of boring from North, to just like they don't have to do anything. It's MIBR really just like they're not throwing very many nades. They're playing the rounds out long, but not doing much in the rounds. They're kind of just going B a lot, and so North are just waiting. Like, hey, show us something cool so we can respond. Those were look like 2 good grenades. There's 3 CTs behind that smoke, but only one of them takes some damage. Now we're seeing a little bit more ferocity out of MIBR, taking stairs control aggressively, throwing out the Molotovs. There's 2 people here that are pushed out of rotating, and those are CTs that want to get to B at some point in this round.
Yeah.
Now there's Gade here, who's been fantastic on the B site. Sitting here, finally support is in. Kirby is going to go ahead and sneak some info out at long, but MIBR going to exec through the smoke. Oh my goodness.
Oh! 3 of them! 3 headshots out of Gade. Almost a 4th, but Taco will put him down. Now, MIBR, how do you even bounce back into that? I mean, AZ's jump spotting over the wall just to get the information. Gade performs perfectly. Stands next to the smoke, lets the first member cross.
He truly is the Shroud of Europe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the way he plays, so mechanically gifted. Super sick stuff. They did jump through a smoke at him, so it was kind of just an aim map, but but still super crisp.
I like that. I really like that he played close on that one.
But that's the thing. Why wouldn't you? If a smoke is down,
right,
then you have 15 seconds where you can sit in the best spot ever. If you get spammed, it's so random. Like, go ahead, wait.
Thing is, too, like North, we haven't really seen much close presence from them. Sometimes, all right, they're trying to take duels down Monster, but it's not like they've really been inside of short, either through connector or on that B bomb site. They've been happily sitting back behind graffiti, down in the water, so I can see why MIBR assume there's nobody close. But a nice little variation.
Yeah, I don't know. That was kind of risky. There's over a minute left, so it's weird. You wait till the end of the round to execute into B, or you execute through a smoke at 110.
Right, yeah, where's the middle ground? Yeah, good point.
Why? And they just made a lot of presence towards B. Maybe they explode, kill Gade, we look at that round completely differently, but, you jump through a smoke, you look foolish. It's for a reason.
All right, well, let's try it with MAC-10s. They want revenge. Gonna force their way through the flames. Gade and Cadian gonna handle the heat perfectly. Again, just shutting down MIBR, finding nothing until finally clearing water, but no bomb plant off it just yet. And North look to swarm downwards.
Ooh, they were really taking their time here.
Oh, wow. Great flash. Fallen had already pushed past the corner, however. Needs another kill, but the reload's going to cost him. He finally gets it back in. Cadian guns him down.
A little bit of struggle there for Katie. What do you think he said?
Something in Danish, right? Gobble, 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 gobble.
Oh, man. Last round. Yeah, an eco with the smack 10s. They try to run through the Molotov on short B. It's no good. What can you say? Let's get this half over with, huh? MIBR. What's your CT side looking like? Because, geez, man, this is not so hot.
Let's get a fresh look.
Yeah, let's get a fresh look. 3 CTs out to A. 2 in stairs. Phelps here waiting. We saw MIBR not over-facing, but like taking aggressive control. Oh, wow. Katie down to 1 HP. How'd that?
Was that a nade?
I don't know. That must have been a super nade.
Yeah. What do they pack inside of that one? Rusty nails.
TNT.
Phelps with 2 players to worry about. Doesn't know Kierby's over here, but off the trajectory of the nade, tries to win 1 duel. Can't even do that. Volda bests him, and there's no trade potential at all off of this play. So North, I mean, knowing that their setup is kind of revealed, will decide to go 1 step further, doubling back into the B site.
So this is a sick part of the rotations. Like, stairs is not so fun to hold sometimes, but when you have stairs control and you know that like you've got a teammate in B who's peak short, then you can get out, you can be the B player, you can come back to stairs. The T's have to go all the way around to rotate. That means they can only make 1 or 2 more big rotates in the whole round, and that's already if the clock hasn't ticked down past the minute mark, like we saw Phelps there, who does have to take his time clearing out stairs. And now there's just a significant info advantage that North will have for the rest of the round, even though they're not playing stairs. They have oversight here.
Now they've won the duel towards bathroom as Coldzera takes down AZ. Kierby going to be challenged on the bomb site. If he can get rid of Fur before the rest of the T's arrive, then that would have been great. But not going to happen. He tucks himself behind APC and hopes that North's flank will be successful. So far, it has. Katie and Engade combining with those 2 kills, drops the bomb and leaves Fur entirely alone with 10 seconds left in the 15th round. My goodness, from 5-1 favoring MIBR to 10-5 North closing out their CT side.
No, that's awesome. You know, you can't look at it any other way. A nice CT side from North, and they kept it real simple as we kept talking about, and yeah, everything fell into place. They did a good job with the AUGs. You could see they were specific. Gobble, gobble, gobble. You could see that they kept choosing AUGs over utility. That was like a very important thing that you had to notice. They, instead of incendiaries, instead of smokes, they were picking AUGs and going low utility, no kit sometimes, and that ended up being the correct decision. It feels like they knew that MIBR were going to try to like a lot of lurk strats, and the AUGs would be great, just hold those angles. And that worked out well for them. So now we'll see North's T side. Who picked Overpass?
It was MIBR.
Oh, okay. Well, can't see why.
I always make claims like that, but I need to double check, and I'm
right.
right.
I think you're right.
Okay. MIBR. T side's whoa. Made me dizzy for a second. Like, what am I looking at? We're all good. So North swap it over to the T side. MIBR going to need a strong start like they had in the first half, but then they got to roll with it. Buy is quite standard. We've got that smoke kit for Phelps, 4 sets of Kevlar to the CTs, and I like the utility picked up by North. Molotov, most probably for an after plant. Or no, he's going to throw it to clear barrels. That's good. Now they can focus very much on graffiti and inside of the water. Instead, they see the boost, clear it out. Now we have Fallen activating, though, from his corner.
Whoa.
3 versus 3 as the T's get flanked. Fur comes in from short with 2 kills, but just as he performs well, his teammates die. You know, it looks like they finally get something going for them, and it's brought back. I thought for a second that the acid was kicking in.
Yeah, that was cool. That cool water effect. They just Steven Seagal'd into the B site there. 5 players in the Glock train.
Also, 20 and 10 now for Gade.
Yeah, and that's great because he was sick, and he had a lot of those rounds were not eco kills. A lot of those rounds were straight up rifle frags. They even stopped MIBR from ever doing that 4-man boost again. He got that 3K, made them look dumb on their exec through the smoke. He's been awesome.
And I believe it's AZ just behind him at 17. Yep.
Yep, right on his tail.
So between the 2 of them, nice to see AZ, you know, repeating his performance from yesterday.
It's an A-site stack.
Yeah.
But North are chilling. They're waiting.
Yeah, they're like, come on, we'll give him a chance. You know, we want a challenge on the B hit.
Yeah. We'll see if it makes any more of a difference.
I mean, MIBR now down here. They literally gave them just the perfect amount of time for the corners to be occupied. Fallen the first to fall, and his teammates followed right thereafter. So no stack, full stack, same result.
Sure.
5 survivors for North at the moment, and only Phelps to find.
Lots of money saved. Next round, I mean, they're probably not going to upgrade anything. Now, you'd expect on a round like that, where they're going to continue with the SMGs, they'll just go for B one more time. Like, you go long A on an anti-eco when you have rifles. It's kind of later in the half. But when you have the SMGs, they're not as useful at long. Like, a Deagle or a Scout's probably more scary than an SMG. So you could totally see a monster exec, which means that MIBR will be thinking about overfacing at B, stacking up, getting short control, or going for a stairs stack as well. And North have to consider that. So I'm sure that's running through their mind right now. Like, B is the more optimal site, but it's pretty clear since we didn't lose any guns and we had so many SMGs that we're probably going to want to go B as well. So now we'll get to see what they do off the back of that. The one way to change it up a little bit without sacrificing your advantages with the SMGs is to maybe go stairs first and then work into short control after that.
Well, Launders, you might know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we'll see if they end up going towards A or B, though. There's also a shortcut to go up the stairs here and be close to bathrooms, which also eliminates some of the distance.
Of course, with this big rifle buy from MIBR, nobody having opted to go grenades and SMG, we've got 1 smoke grenade left, and it's only at the minute 20 mark. Full belts of utility for North as well, so they're certainly going to have the utility advantage on an execution. And they're going to find 0 contest until they get to that A site. Fallen's hopping over the box, just trying to spot something. Smoke could obviously indicate that there is presence near, but now he sees it. He sees it most certainly. And by smoking off long, they're just going to fixate on the bathrooms push. But what happened? How did Gate get crossed? Oh, the smoke blocked off Fur's vision. He should have been able to help to not allow Fallen to get wrapped on, but instead, Fallen's own smoke comes back to bite him. And he gets no help as North get the bomb down. Phelps on the retake with Coldzera coming in off of Dumpster. They're waiting for Taco to activate on that connector flank. He needs to come up the stairs. Cadian is back there, but they wait. They wait to initiate the retake. They do not have a kit for it.
They think that MIBR are probably saving, so they're already scrambling to either look for exits or retake, or rotate, excuse me. AZ is far ahead of them at A. There's a man in stairs. Taco, is he going to peek? Yep. That's 1 kill. Oh, Gate can't easily peek this. He's going to hear him cross, though. And it's a stalemate. 3v3, North win the round. 13-5. Game's almost done. It's an elimination match.
Yeah, elimination match on MIBR's map choice.
On
so,
MIBR's map choice and a map that they are great on.
You know, looking at just the papers, it's not going to get any easier for MIBR from here on out. I would really like to see Fur's perspective there, because I'm thinking, you know, Fallen's playing behind Dicebox. Gade doesn't even check to his left. You know, he charges right in, honed in on Dumpster and Fallen's position. And Fur, I assume Fur's watching straight over towards Optimus Prime, but the only way Gade gets across is if that smoke obscures his vision.
Yeah, so you're saying basically
Fallen smoke to block long screws Fur over.
So the smoke was just not deep enough, maybe?
Yeah, exactly. It was one of those, it was a poofy smoke.
Poofy smokes. Biggest problem in the universe.
Damn.
It could have come down to that play alone. Bad Molotov to short. There's CTs here, though, and stairs. North look like they're going to set up for a quick B outside. There's not going to be any exact quite yet. Taco does get a lot of damage in, but gets traded out by Valda. And now it's a 4-on-4. Bomb is still up in stairs, and it looked like they were just going to follow that kill. They had no intention of actually going B since the bomb was so far back, but I guess they're just going to try to see if they can sneak someone out of Monster.
For the only forward setup on the A site, blocked off by smoke, and now he has the option. Does he retreat, or does he continue with at least trying to maintain some map control? Because North, I mean, they throw down the smoke and then they dip out. They're still inside of connector, but it's going to be very much a B split. Having 2 players in pit for MIBR is a solid defense. but it will boil down to the execution. There's still some grenades, but they're not going to get out in time. coldzera dies, loses the duel to Valda. Phelps, he shuts down the monster player, but he's so low that it's understandable he dies right thereafter. Grenade doesn't hit its mark. Could have denied Gate's bomb plant had it hit, but Fur will most certainly find himself a frag. Now there's a huge health advantage for MIBR in the retake, and this time they actually have a kit. But, oh man, he's so on point.
Yeah.
24th kill of this map.
Man, he could have died. He's like 46 health. It could have been a 1 or 2v1. Now Fallen's got a UMP.
He's dropped out of the heavens, so he is closer to the site, and he's going to smoke this off. He is the kit carrier, but he doesn't tap bomb. He doesn't tap bomb, and yet still Valda peaks. And now he's going to get on it, and he's going to try to stick this. Gade might not land the shot. Fallen's nailed it. Through and through, the 5-second defuse at a 6th round for MIBR as he even survives in the end.
Wow. Hail Mary?
Yeah, just desperation.
Didn't expect to win that, I'm sure.
But it does pay off.
Yeah, yeah. The smoke was thrown properly, I suppose. And then Fallen baited out 1 peek, which is just fine. It was probably better that Valda did peek since Gade had line of sight on where the bomb was tucked into behind the sight box. But Gade could not line up that spam. So MIBR go ahead, steal 1 away. Didn't think they were going to win that. It's going to bring up how it's so telling how you just mentioned when coldzera lost his duel. It was just like coldzera dies. It's not often you see him lose his first fight, and especially in such a pure aim duel situation. Now, North, they're going to try to swing things back. They're out towards bathroom. There's only 1 player here in Fur. He is the king of pushing A. Not surprised that he's all alone in this moment. An absolute mercenary. And go ahead and steal 1 kill. There's still players here looking for him, though. And a good flash for the rotate out.
Yeah,
it's well done by MIBR.
Excellent.
It's kind of like they make it look like they have no support, and then they come in when it's necessary.
Ooh, and a boost on the edge of the smoke to spot the hands of Cadian. Fur wants his 2nd kill of the round. Casper's just going to stay tucked away.
Yeah, he doesn't seem prepared for this. Oh, some noise being made. This is, oh, that's kind of dangerous, huh?
Wow, Kierby almost caught, but a second too late is Fur, so he's going to focus on that 1 frag that he knew was still a possibility. By pushing down Cadian, he's cut off long control, and North are going to have to come in all on bathrooms if they want to go to A. But in the last moments possible, they've decided to tuck tail.
Now this is sensible. That 7-second Molotov will go up. Taco's actually pushed back, so they're going to need a heaven rotate to try to get damage in. North are going all the way around. Oh my god, do they have time for that? What are they doing?
Saving.
What the heck? They could have. I feel like they could have gone after the Molotov on short B. I was going to say that was actually a really good rotate.
Yeah, because they had left themselves like at least 20 seconds. You know, they were ready to hit with 20 seconds. You went at the molly, you still have 10.
And it was like 3 players were at A. Like they threw good flashes on the site. Those players didn't know that North had left quite yet. And that 4-second leadoff was like, all right, well, that's great for North. So I thought, wow, for sure they're going to go short B after Taco's Molotov. But, I mean, I guess credit to Taco, just throwing it just in case. And that was enough to scare North. Probably just assumed that there wasn't 3 players over at A. Good job making presents. MIBR, snag another one. Those 2 opening kills, very good. 5 AKs up. There's not a single op on the server at the moment. Fur's going ahead and pushing again. We talked about rain on this map, but the reason that rain is so good on this map is because of Fur.
Ooh, there's still some timing going on with Fur. He's amidst the tees. Valda, not looking at his screen, walks right into his death. Now there is that playground player who could come back to find this. Trade frag managed by Cadian. Now what? What is the repercussions of losing Fur? Doesn't seem too much, because North's still unsure as to what map presence they can or cannot take. Remaining wary of Connector, despite 3 of the 4 remaining MIBR players being entirely here on B.
I like this. Lots of time left over. MIBR is still jump spotting at A. I don't see why they should rotate out quite yet. They know that Fur was so pushed up that there was not a single CT push long, bathrooms, anything like that. So it could be late stairs, and they might be worried about that now, but Taco's doing a good job saving utility. Definitely solid site anchor on B. And there's no info here for Fallen, so it looks like just another late exec into B, and it's exactly what MIBR want to see.
boil down to actually holding it. Taco turns his head back. Despite being flashed, he still stands, winning another duel versus Cadian. Good 2K from him. KRB the only player able to answer here from North. And unfortunately, he has no bomb, so he can't continue on inwards, but rather has to sit back and accept the reality that MIBR have won another round. 13-8, within 5, which is, in my opinion, striking distance.
Yeah, definitely striking distance, but more importantly, you look at the rounds that MIBR won, and they look so good compared to the first half.
It's that CT side, but I mean, how many times are we going to have to say this about MIBR this,
I don't know,
event, right?
It's so weird.
It's like first half.
They look more tactically deep on CT side than T side.
Which doesn't compute.
Does not compute. No, you have to try way harder on T side. So it's strange, but it's Fur makes good play. You know he's going to find a way to get a kill at A. You know he's going to find a way to get a lot of information at A, and that's why he's so valuable. So he doesn't even need help when he does it. And then after that, they are smart about the way they just jump spot the site, have the 3 stacking into B. It's really on North to try to use up some of the time they spent just sitting outside B doing nothing to at least try to pull a rotate back by just coming into Fallen screen, just peeking bathrooms, top of stairs, throwing a flash. Anything would have pulled 1 rotate back.
Yep.
Anything. Literally anything.
Anything at all? Anything at all.
Anything at all.
But this round they shouldn't be pulling too many strings because it is just the pistols for North. A couple of CZs, a trio of P250s, and a fast hit into short B, but they're all gunned down. Valda's the only player to find anything with his pistol, and Cadian will fall to the wayside. 9th round for MIBR. 4 survivors on top of it. I mean, they're not even breaking a sweat in rounds like that.
As clean as the Inti Egos were for North on their CT side in the first half. Lots of good kills, but they need to be... the thing is, I think North have had a couple of opportunities where they needed to pounce, but they couldn't see what we see in some sense. I mean, we can see everything, but good teams appear to see everything, right? They good teams, they kind of have an idea of what the stacks are on the site, and I don't know if Cadian's calling for when they should or shouldn't push, but they don't seem confident when they do have a really good opportunity right in front of them. A couple of times on B that we've seen. North here grouped up, and their early to mid round for North is okay. They're getting some stuff done. They're looking for fights. Here they are moving up towards short. What is that angle that Fallen has? Oh, he's in the stairs. Okay. It's gonna be hard for him to fall back.
Yeah, he's only gonna be able to hide to the right. Ooh, but he gets the op back on cycle, almost with a chance at the 3rd.
Not bad.
Making the most of what was a very bad situation. 2 kills for him is nice.
Yeah, I mean, he could have very easily killed 2, and there was only 2 there. So North going as hard as possible on that, and then still Fallen doing pretty good. Cadian comes out to try to trade stairs, but there was Fur there, and there was Fallen as well. Cadian with an opportunity and a kill. Very nice shot.
Very big. Anticipates Phelps on the aggression. Now, what's Fur going to get up to? We've seen him actively play the opposite side of the stack, but there is no stack, in fact, because it's just Taco alone on B. He has had impact holding this off on his own, and he's just going to go for the hidey hole. Stays behind the barrels, keeps his head down, sees 3 targets, and almost lines up 2. He actually gets Cadian to team kill. This puts Fur in a decent position. He's coming in hot on their heels.
Oh, he's so fast.
Cadian checks the flank once more, and that's all he needs. The confirmation that the player's there. Both T's exit through short, and bomb is planted for them.
Yeah, Fur knows the other one was on the bomb, so they could be...
He's worried about water.
Yeah, so there it is.
Thing is, Fur, he has the kit, but he doesn't have a smoke to block this off. You know, we saw Fallen with a desperation defuse actually win the 1v2, but can Fur do it without said utility? Has the flashbang, has the first kill. He's going to give chase into short, hoping that Cadian's here, but Cadian with the wraparound goes back through Monster and is just going to win this clutch. 14th for North, finally found after 4 straight from MIBR.
Yeah, big round from Cadian in particular. He shut down that long flank, seemed aware of where everyone was. Didn't die in that 1v2 when Fur was very early on the big flank. I'm sure hit tab was like, Fur could be anywhere. So, you know, was very careful about that, which was huge.
Good thing it was just a shoulder peek.
So strong individual play that wins the round for North. They move into this probably feeling pretty confident. MIBR definitely have enough money to buy. They've had a pretty solid CT half so far. They just haven't created a parachute for themselves if they lose rounds like that. AZ is going to have a Galil, and Gate is only going to have an MP5, so it doesn't feel like they won. but they definitely did. Fur once ahead. Once again, is going to be pushing. Now, to compare and contrast Fur to Rain again, Rain is way less aggressive than Fur, even though they both are this forward aggressive spot player on A. Fur will be very egregious with the way that he plays A, and he runs high on confidence all the time. Taco, this could be a big moment for him. Oh my God.
Oh, but
okay.
They're not lined up at all.
In one sense or another.
They're actually like perfectly separated.
That's true.
You know?
Could have been worse.
Like a boy band coming out of the smoke on the entry. Coldzera, well, he's going to have Phelps to help him here on the B site. Phelps, though, going to get softened up through smoke, and sure enough, he falls. Coldzera, yet to reveal himself, is going to be killed by AZ. Instantaneous headshot in a 4 versus 2 that could very well secure North a 15th round.
An absolute shame that Taco doesn't get at least one kill there.
Yeah.
He's in the spot he wants to be in, but as you mentioned, there was just this asymmetrical lineup in the short tunnel that allowed North to make sure that it was as hard of a spray down as possible. So well earned by North. Good setup. They moved quick into the execute, which I also like. They just followed the kill. We've seen them kind of be a bit indecisive in rounds previous when they had an opportunity. So that's a good contrast, I think. And North, MIBR saving these 2 guns is extremely important for them. They're going to probably try to buy next round. It's 15 now for North, and Kirby's moving up on a frag, but doesn't clear the angle properly. A bit of damage done to Fur, but he gets away with his life, which is much more important.
Yep, he'll hang on to his M4A4.
So what can they buy? They don't have... Fur can drop 1 gun. I think he's gone ahead and done that already. Fallen cannot drop anything. So this is pretty crummy. Could be the last round of the game. North coming back, winning, and potentially winning MIBR's map choice, and it's Overpass of all maps. A really strong map for them. MIBR haven't even showed a good CT side now officially. They've shown 2 good rounds, and then they're about to lose 3 in a row, I think. So, I mean, you know, we can talk about what was good, but if this is what they had to show on CT side too, I mean, it could have been a pretty even half in the first half.
Very much the Gaiden AZ show.
Definitely, yeah. I think the kills do tell the story this time around.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting how quiet, like even like Valda is and is allowed to be. Kirby as well. And
yeah,
they're still so far ahead.
There was a period in like North's struggles where the only thing that kind of kept them somewhat afloat was Valda's consistent individual performances. You know, it's nice to see that at least here today when they're succeeding, they don't need that. But alas, what could be the last round. Kirby on the entry. Gonna get blinded by Coldzera's teammate. It's Fur with the assist, and then perfect lineup. Cadian, though, he's going to trade Taco back.
Man, they just up and forfeited that as the going got tough, and they left. Man, Coldzera just had the single UMP, but it was great team support flashes to make sure that they couldn't continue peeking him, and then they just got way too scared. 3v4, so at least get the kill on Taco. They made their way around to long A. Still an opportunity. I think he was spotted there. So now there's a rotate out from the CTs. The bomb is all the way back in Playground. And there's still 1 player outside of Monster in Gate. So I'm not sure if he's going to be used as a late round lurk into B. Maybe like 32nd round lurk, and then they pull the rotates out of A, and then the 2 guys pounce on A. Potentially what they're going to try to do. Svelp seems worried already. Or maybe not. He's just making his way back. Bomb still staged up here, waiting for a push. But the push has not come. The CTs are shuffling around in CT spawn, where you might find CTs.
At least at the start of rounds. When's the save called? That's the question.
But man, I'm surprised if they're actually they were planning to save from 50 seconds in a 3v4. Why?
Kind of felt that way, yeah. But I feel like
they have nades. I don't know. Like if you have you're low on time, then yeah, but
yeah, you're not. Right?
3v4.
They had the ability to clear out all day.
Yeah.
You know, they basically, if they had done a little bit more research on clearing out the washrooms, then they would have known that they could have at least gotten to the plant zone and without much contention.
No, they still had the whole round to work with. They basically just had lost the first 2 kills and at least got 1 trade. That's how we look at it. It's really strange. I don't feel like that's what. I guess they're just saying like these are the amount of chances we have in this game. We're probably going to be saving next round. So yeah, let's see what we can do. I mean, they have. Okay, so they're only going to upgrade. They at least get 1 more AK.
Yes.
They spent all their all their money.
They get AK and a CZ grenade with AZ replenishing frags as well.
So a bit stronger than they were last round.
Basically 2 sets of utility and an extra AK-47. That's what they are rewarded by calling it quits early on in the 25th round. 5 map points. More to go. It's going to be North just sitting patient outside of the B site, hoping that MIBR get curious here. Once that smoke fades, we could very well see Cadian try to pry inwards. Remember, he did kill Taco last round. That was the only real trade that came out of the monster fight.
So I wonder if they're just going to run it back? The exact same exec?
Ooh, there it is.
Oh, that's a good kill.
There it is. He gets the op kill once smoke goes down, and AZ with Gates flash pounces into the bomb site. Again, it is Cadian's op to fire off and soften B. Fur with Fallen versus 4.
Oh, damn.
Cadian's going to be the difference maker. 3K on the round with that op. Thank goodness they saved it. Fallen 1 versus 4 for the map, and it's not going to happen, folks. Gade, of course, who else to finalize this first one? It is Overpass in the pocket of North, as we will be shifting over to their map choice, Inferno.
Yeah, so I guess they knew what they were doing there with the amount of money they had. They wanted to make sure that they could do that exact same exec the next round, not have to save if they lost. And the plan, the follow-through was all perfect. They were very deliberate about their actions. North looked very solid. MIBR, they don't look solid. They don't look very good. It's a win kind of with an asterisk on it, but who cares if you're North? You just want to make sure you don't get eliminated, and whoever does is probably going to get a ton of flack. You know, this is really bad to be in this situation this early in the tournament for either of these teams. Now, it's sad that you kind of expect North to sometimes get eliminated early, but still, they shouldn't based on how storied the team is. I guess how
legendary this roster is that we talk about
to some extent. So yeah, that's really rough. And MIBR lose their map pick. So
yeah, it's one thing. It's one thing if we're watching MIBR fall out of this tournament. It's another thing if we're watching them fall out 0-2 versus North after losing their own choice. You know, if this was an overtime map 3, then you're like, these teams are kind of floating in that weird state of limbo. But this is convincing, at least for the first one. Good close by Cadian. Multi-frags in the final round of that second half. But we will be back after the break with Inferno.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Case. Big update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcase.